And welcome back to the Daily Dose of Dalton. Welcome back to the new episode. Not really super crazy week for me. Just, did a lot of chores around the house. Organized our closets in the house if we needed it, like our hallway closets and bedroom closets, kind of did some closet clean outs. My little gorilla looked like he was about to fall. I don't know if you can even see it, but Tommy got me that. Good old Thomas Sims. Shout out to him. But, cleaned out the closets. And then, I finally finished that chest I was trying to flip this week. It was mine and Courtney's old chest. And Courtney just kind of wanted some lighter furniture because it was black. And that was my old bedroom set. But, painted a lighter color. Don't know if I like the final paint job on it, but I might drop a picture of it if I finish it tonight. I gotta put some new knobs on that came in from Amazon. They were supposed to get in at like 2:30 this afternoon. Didn't get in until 7. So, I'm filming this Friday night. Hopefully it'll be out tomorrow morning. But the only other big thing that happened this week was R.I.P. Donald Sutherland, President Snow. Wasn't like sad, but whenever somebody dies, it's always kind of, oh. But, he was 88 and had a good run. Lived a long time, made a lot of money, had successful children. I don't think he complained too much about the life he had. So, one of the biggest things I saw this week, I was in Walmart. I was walking in, going to look at the different drawer knobs they had, to see if I can find anything I liked there that wasn't crazily expensive, because for a pack of 10 at Home Depot it's going to be $35 to $50, and I'd rather get some for $12 off Amazon. But anyways, I was going through Walmart, my turn, and I look and I see an Arkansas Razorback pillow pet. I didn't even know those still existed. I knew they were around when I was a kid because I had Alabama Big Al one. That was on my bedspread. But I thought these things would have gone out of style. Or not even out of style. I thought they would have gone bankrupt years ago. But they're still up and kicking, because I went and looked up the website when I got home. They're still making them. And not just like the old OG basic ones, but these are like, they're evolved. They have Star Wars, Garfield, Disney. They have all this stuff, and they look so good. They even have like jumbo ones that are almost like 3 feet long. And excuse me. And I thought it was funny because they had one for Clifford the Big Red Dog. That was one of the jumbo ones, and I'm like, that's fitting. That's smart marketing right there to add that. That's just kind of crazy. They're way too expensive for me to get any, and the fact that I'm a grown man. So, yeah. But I just thought that was kind of cool. They're still up and kicking. 1 second. Sorry, a little bit parched. Yeah, but I just thought that was cool. They had a Bluey one and some Paw Patrol ones. And I know, little kid shows, but the pillows themselves, they look really, really good. They don't look like crappy ones that were made in, a Philippines factory that they just kind of threw together and ship out. They looked pretty high quality. So, and I don't know if they had them when I was kids. They had ones like shoot lights up. But anyways, that's too much talking about pillow pets. I just thought that was kind of cool. The other thing that kind of happened to me this week, so I guess something kind of crazy did happen, but I got into a war this week. There was a lot of loss. There was a lot of battles. There was a lot of, fights that happened. But me and Courtney haven't been able to park in our garage let me rephrase that. Courtney gets the parking privileges in the garage. Which I don't understand. But something about chivalry. Whatever. It has been infested with Dirt Daubers. And I don't know what everybody else calls them. But, Dirt Daubers, whatever. They kind of look like wasps, except they have like a little thin, just like their head, and they have their body, and then like a little thin piece, and then a fat tail. And there was probably like over a dozen nests just building up in our garage. And it was like every time you open the door or, you know, moved around in there or turn on the lights, it was just, they're flying everywhere. And they say they won't sting you or come after you unless provoked, but I ain't going to risk that. Who would? And so I kind of suited up. And by suited up, I mean put on a long sleeve and hat. And I got a bottle of Raid in this hand and like a shoebox lid under like this big cardboard rectangle. I could swing it real fast. So I walked out there, opened the garage, and I was like, let's do this. Come on. And I took like 2 steps out there, shook up the bottle. I was ready to go. As soon as I opened the garage, they started flying. They started coming towards me. And I wish I could say I stood my ground. I wish I could have been like, oh yeah, I stood there. I was spraying with one hand, swatting with the other, taking them out. No, I turned and ran. I ran back inside. And I was like, ah! It was not pretty. I wish I had more pride. Yeah. But then, once I mustered up some courage, I was like, if I just spray and run in a guerrilla warfare, I'll be fine. And so that's what happened. I would just go, and I would just kind of, you know, go stand at an angle, and I would go, spray, and then I would turn back and run inside. Wouldn't even give them a chance. So, and then I would just wait a little bit, and I'd come back and attack when they least expected it. So, you know, I can make some examples or some parallels, but I won't, just for the sake of not getting canceled. But, I won't say it. Even though I can't get canceled, because I just won't let it happen. You can't cancel the uncancelable. Say that 10 times fast. Yeah, anyways. I lost a couple battles, but I think I won the war overall. I took out all the nests. Haven't seen any in the last day or two. Courtney's been able to park in the garage. Nobody's been stung. So, yeah. I think my running away like a little girl kind of was worth it in the end. And I'll try to find like a video of what I looked like. And again, wasn't my proudest moment, but I don't want to be stung. Neither do any of y'all. And I know my luck. They could be the most peaceful critters on the planet, or bugs on the planet. And my dumb luck would be I would just come walking by and they would all attack me at once. But I digress. They're gone. They're done. They're dead. Don't come near the Phillips household. Yeah. So, I'm going to continue what I started last week with my out-of-pocket segment of the week. And this one, I'm just going to choose, I'm not even going to say anything mean, but I just want you to go Google the winner of the Miss Alabama 2024 pageant. You know, all these state pageants are going on to go to Miss USA and then whatever that little path is, but just Google the picture. All I will say is, why, not even why, but when did society just come to the point where nobody wanted to hurt anyone's feelings and nobody got told no? I think that if you have to have trials and errors. You have to be told no. I got turned down from the baseball team when I tried out in 8th grade. And then I came back, I worked hard, and I made it in 9th grade. I didn't play a whole lot, but I still made the team. So, there's just no more. It's bad. Like, we're trying to virtue signal to everyone and be like, everyone's loved, everyone's important. No, you're not. You're not. Anyways. You'll have the exact same thoughts as me, and everyone will shake their heads, and they'll think the exact same things I do. I'm just not going to say it. Because Mama always said, you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. But anyways, we'll move on. My next, going to kind of go into the music realm. I was talking with some people. I was thinking about adding a little segment where, you know, either I find a song, like a new song release, or I just pick a random song, or somebody tells me a song that they would like for me to review. because I'm a music dinosaur. Not dinosaur. Connoisseur. Is that what it's called? Anyways. Some bougie word like that. I like music. And I like to dive into the deep aspects of it. Like, most people just like hear the song, like, oh, it sounds good. But I'm like, what's the guitar doing? What's the piano doing? I said PP. And that's on speech impediments. It's an illness. I can't help it. But anyways, thought about doing that. But before I get to that, just some things that happen in music. George Strait set a stadium record at Kyle Field where he had almost 111,000 fans in attendance. And it set the U.S. record. So take that, Taylor Swift. The king is going to be the king, no matter what you do. So, I don't know. It kind of feels good. Because did she have the record before? I don't know. But anyways, any slap in the face to T Swizzle is appreciated. And T Swizzle posts the Red album. That's pretty much the last album I listened to of her. But anyways, Luke Combs released a new album where every single song is either about being a dad or about his son, like to his son. But I won't listen to it. And I'm not like protesting Luke Combs. I'm not, saying I think he sucks. But I listened to one song. It was called The Man He Sees in Me. And I listened to it and I was like, hey, not a bad song. Like, enjoyable. But I can't relate to it. Like, I see videos of all these like dads listening to it and like sobbing their eyes out. And I'm like, I'm not going to be able to appreciate it because I can't fully relate to it. It's kind of like when you hear like a rap song and you're like, has a nice beat to it, but I can't relate to being a gangster, even though I am deep down. I'm a gangster at heart, but except when it comes to Dirt Daubers. But I mean, I'll wait, 5 to 6 years around that time until, my beautiful wife gives me a child. Gotta wait for that stork to come. Just waiting on that bird to come around, but and then I'll go back and listen to it. Now, hopefully I can relate to it more then and, be able to appreciate it at its full value. So, I'm not sure I was gonna put my arms rest down, but which is good because I noticed the last few videos I'm always like leaning on them one way. But anyways, that's not the point. But yeah, so I'm just gonna wait to listen to that. My favorite thing in the music world this week was that Ella Langley and Riley Green released a new song called You Look Like You Love Me. And I think it might be one of my favorite songs of the year already. I mean, it's definitely up there with Use Me by Zach Top and Jesus Saves by Riley Green. So Riley Green's on here twice. But it just feels like like how country music should be. And I know I was ranting about it last week about just how country music's kind of gone down the crapper recently. But if people can start making songs like this again, I think that it could be back. Because, I mean, it was just, sorry. Bleep that out. Golly, that's pretty bad. Probably that pizza me and Courtney had earlier tonight. But anyways, it just felt like an old school country song. There was the steel guitars, the piano keys in it. I mean, it wasn't overdone. It was just, I liked it. And it was, they were kind of doing like a, hey there, baby, I've been seeing you across the room, and I thought that I might buy you a drink. Like, they're like talking and then they let into them singing. I was like, that feels old school. Like, I can't really, I kind of, listen to George Jones and Johnny Cash, but I don't really listen to them with their significant others. But I'd assume that's how older stuff was done. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I really liked it. So, breaking it down, I broke it down a little bit. But the instrumentals, they were very low key, very simple, but the drums were, and it was just catchy. I mean, it was just a simple beat, but it wasn't like a rap beat. So that's great because that's what I was talking about, trying to not overdo it with the instruments and making it to where everything's like done by a computer and not actual instruments. So like that. The steel guitar, oh my gosh. Towards the end after the second chorus that they do, and they have a little solo before the bridge and the final chorus, I'm like, oh my gosh, that mixed in with the keys, it was awesome. I loved it. I was like, I feel like I should be in a saloon right now. I loved it. But yeah. So I really like that. Vocals, I just love Ella Langley's voice. I think she doesn't try to overdo it or sing crazy on these long riffs. She just sticks to within her range, and I mean, she can belt it out, but I mean, she was just kept it, she's very simple, wasn't over the top, and I mean, it didn't sound like there was a whole a lot of obvious auto tuning. I know there's some in almost every kind of music, but didn't really sound like a whole lot, which I liked. And she has some raspiness to her, but she doesn't overdo it. And she lets the rasp comes out when it needs to, and it sounds really good all the way around. I feel like she just kind of sounds like what a true female country artist should sound like. And that's just my opinion. But when people are trying to overdo the rasp and do that, it doesn't sound good. But she lets it come out a little bit. But I mean, she does it with good taste. As long as it's kind of like with moderation. That's the important thing with stuff that's good. So too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. But anyways, moving on. Riley Green. I mean, he really adds to the song because some features are doesn't sound good, don't like it. But I mean, I think he came in nice. He didn't try to out-sing her. He didn't try to outshine her. He got on the chorus with her, or he had his own verse for verse 2, and then he got on the second chorus with her. And I mean, he sang a little bit lower to try to, what I say? Oh yeah, sang lower to, make their voices blend better. And I thought it sounded really good, so I kind of hope they pair up for more future projects. But yeah, sorry, I got distracted. I saw my camera flashing at me about the time, showing that it's about to split the video. So I'm gonna try to get through this next section, or this last little bit, and then I'll move on to sports. The lyrics, I mean, they were fine. Then songwriting was good. It wasn't anything crazy. The storytelling aspect of it, I mean, it's not like a super emotional story or anything with deeper meaning or super clever lyrics. It's just very straightforward, and it's about picking up somebody in a bar and the girl making the first move. So I mean, it wasn't super cheesy. It wasn't a whole lot of repetition, because I hate it when people are in songs and they say a word they think sounds good and they rhyme it again, or they just do I came over to talk to you, and then I saw you, and then I bought a drink for you, and they just do that to make it rhyme. I don't really like that. And it doesn't do that in this song, so which I think is good. Anyways, I would give it probably, I'm more critical when it comes to stuff, so I'm not going to give it's a 9.7, because it's not I feel like I'd have to have better storytelling to be up in the higher 9s, but I'm going to give it an 8.6. And I think anything over a 9 has to be a really great song. Don't know if there'll ever be a 10 out of 10 song. But I mean, that's just one man's opinion. So who cares what I think? I mean, if you're here, you might care, but probably don't. So anyways, I'm going to go restart the camera, and I'll be right back. Ladies, this is your time to leave. You know the drill. We're talking about sports. This is for boys, or girls if you want to be on it, but boys. And we'll be right back. Hello, gentlemen. I'm back. Talking about sports today. Got a little bit to talk about. First, foremost, I don't know if you can really see right here, but shout out my boy Dawson. Asked me who my favorite player was. Told him Pete Rose. Got me a Pete Rose card. Got me a second one, but I like this one. So the other one was a player manager card. The last year they did it, so that's really cool. Very appreciative to my boy Dawson. Yeah. Let's just start off with basketball because I got less to talk about with that. Well, kind of not really. But really baseball, I'm just going to talk about the Braves because there's really nothing going on in the NFL right now that I care about at least. But Celtics won the finals. If you care anything about sports at all, you knew that. I think we all knew they were going to win once they got up 3-0. No teams have ever come back from that in basketball. So, hang on, let me pull it up real quick. Check the score. Of course, it's taking forever to load right now. Anyways, I'll just keep talking. But JJ Redick is going to be the new coach of the Lakers. And let me tell you something. If I could have any coaching job in the world, I think I'd rather coach a high school basketball team before I coach an NBA team. I know that sounds crazy. You're like, you can get a piss ton of money coaching NBA. But I don't think it's worth it. There's absolutely no grace period when it comes to the NBA. It's like they throw in a coach to the worst team in the league, and like the Pistons coach just got fired. Remember who? Pistons coach just got fired, and he was only there 1 year. He went to the worst team in the league, and they expect him to just turn around in a year like that. And that's just crappy to me. They're like, it takes time to have a rebuild. You can't just do things at the snap of a finger. It's not 2K or Madden where you can just trade everything or, sign people for a stupid, crazy amount. It doesn't work like that. And, shoot, even when you're a winning coach in the NBA, you're still got a chance of getting fired. Look at the Bucks coach. I don't remember who it was, but he got fired midway through the season. They had a winning record. I want to say they were top of the Eastern Conference. I don't remember for sure. Then again, I'm a casual fan of the NBA, but he had a winning record. They fired him and replaced him with Doc Rivers. Like, what? The coach is winning. Obviously, what he's doing is working. It could be a situation where he just has all the talent in the world and doesn't know how to coach and just gets lucky. But how crappy is that to fire a guy who has a winning record? That's just wild to me. But look at Dan Campbell, for example. I know we're going to the NFL here now, but he got hired to be the Lions coach, went 3-13 in their first year, and then he didn't get fired. Next year they went 9-8. Still, that's finally got him a winning record, and then their third year, they win their division, they get to the NFC Championship, I think, and now they're going to be contenders in the NFC for who knows how long. It's about taking the time. I know I'm saying I mean a lot, but it's just so stupid how that works. But, could you imagine if, when the Warriors had that down year, they fired Steve Kerr, and then they came back and I think they won the championship either that next year or the season after. But, they just need longer leashes. And the only thing worse than being an NBA coach is being a coach on the team that LeBron James is playing for. Because it's a LeBron team no matter where he is. And if he doesn't like you, you're gone. Because, he's had like 40 coaches in the last 3 years since he's been in LA. And, there's no accountability on his end. And, it's just, instead of being like, oh no, yeah, we didn't perform well enough. Coach had a good game plan. Let's go back out there and attack it next season. He's like, at the end of the day, it's just basketball. Why are we getting all upset about it? It's just basketball at the end of the day. Really, is it even that important? Come on, man. That's just... Anyways. All I know is that JJ Redick's going to be up in there, and he's going to say, I want to run this play, and LeBron's going to be like, no, we ain't doing that. And he's going to be like, LeBron, I'm the coach. This is what we're doing. And then JJ's going to blink and open his eyes. The next thing you know, he's going to be back on ESPN as an analyst. He's going to be fired like that. And, I mean, it's just, it's about taking the time. I just want to run this play, and LeBron's going to be like, no, we ain't doing that. And he's going to be like, LeBron, I'm the coach. This is what we're doing. And then JJ's going to blink and open his eyes. The next thing you know, he's going to be back on ESPN as an analyst. He's going to be fired like that. And Yeah, so I just think that's kind of, I wouldn't do it, but that's just me. So, because he's not even going to be coaching, he's going to be like a babysitter, and LeBron's going to be running everything. But I digress. I won't speak about LeBron anymore. But, well, I might in the future, but just tonight. Moving on to baseball, R.I.P. Willie Mays. Forever, you will be a legend. You know, I would say gone too soon, but I really don't think you were. I think you lived a pretty good, long life, but, no, great player. I think he did some good stuff for the community. I don't really know. But, you know, he's a good player, and that's what he'll be remembered for. The Braves, their bats have been on fire as of late. I mean, they've won 6 out of their last 7. I think they're winning 8-1 when I just checked a second ago against the Yankees. So they're doing pretty good right now. So they'll probably win their last 7 of 8. Starting to close that gap on the Phillies. Phillies had like a 9-game lead at one point. Starting to close that gap. Better watch out. But there's still 90 games left. It'll be a long season. But, I mean, these bats have been incredible. Murphy went 4 for 4 the other night with 2 home runs after he's been kind of in a drought. Riley and Olsen got things going again. Riley's hit like 3 or 4 home runs in the last week. And Ozzy's been, you know, killing it too. I mean, they're just hitting bombs left and right. It's like every time my phone goes off, it's a notification saying Austin Riley hit a home run, Matt Olson home run, Ozzy home run, Jared Kelenic home run, Ozuna home run, you know. Or it's like double off the wall. This, like, it's just, it feels like it's all coming together, hopefully. I mean, Kelenic's been on fire since he moved to the leadoff spot. I think that's where he needs to stay. I think when Michael Harris comes back, I say you keep him at the bottom of the order. He doesn't really have a great bat. I mean, he can still hit, but that's not his strong suit. His strong suit's on, you know, defense. I mean, he's a lockdown out there, and that's just as valuable as being able to hit, you know, 300, in my humble opinion. I think that defense is kind of underrated in today's game, but I think that there's a lot of plays he makes that I don't think that average player can make. But that's just me. Yeah, but anyways, back to it. Kelenic, I mean, he's been batting like 350 since he's moved to the leadoff spot in the last however many games. So I think they found a new spot for him. And I think they should keep him there. Even next year when Acuna comes back, and I know it's going to sound crazy, like, we're used to Acuna in the leadoff spot, that's more bats for him. He's not really a leadoff hitter. Leadoff hitters are, and I know the game's changed, but leadoff hitters, they're supposed to get up there, they're supposed to see some pitches. They're supposed to be like, all right, wait, battle off, you know, pitches that you can't really get well, see some pitches, figure them out, and then you're supposed to go back and talk to guys. Acuna, he's swinging for the fence every single time. Every single time he swings a bat, he's trying to hit it out of the park. And I feel like Kelenic has kind of a better approach to it. And, you know, I think that's kind of where he belongs. Austin Riley got moved back down to the 5-hole because, you know, he kind of had a little slump and he wasn't hitting that great. And Ozuna's been on fire, so, I mean, I see why you move it up. But, I mean, since he got moved down to the 5-hole, he's been hitting a lot better. And I think that's because, you know, more bottom of the order, they aren't going to be throwing as many curveballs and, you know, off speeds in there, so he's able to sit on some pitches better. But, anyways. Ozuna, he should be MVP this year. He's leading the NL and MLB in almost every hitting category. Home runs, RBIs, on base plus slugging. I mean, but will it happen? No. Too many problems off the field. Ohtani is over him in the DH spot right now for the All-Star game. That really doesn't mean jack crap. I mean, Alec Boehm is the third baseman right now for the NL, and that's just a joke. It shouldn't be a fan vote because you get a bunch of crazed, you know, Phillies fans who go in there and vote for their guys in every single position. It's like was it the Cubs or the Royals that one year that every single one of them got like millions and millions of votes. And so it's basically just the Royals team starting the whole All-Star game. So, anyways. While the bats have been hot, the arms kind of struggled of late. Mostly the bullpen arms. But, I mean, I think it's just a little blunder. I think it's just a little cold spell. You just got to get things on the same page and it'll get going. younger arms were most struggling too. Swellenbach, I think that's how you say his name, got his first dub. 6 innings, only 3 hits, 1 run, only 2 walks, which is good. And then 7 Ks. Pretty good for a young guy. Like his second or third start. I think his third start. He got his first dub. It was great. Waldrop, on the other hand, though, he struggled again. But really, he's a young guy. He's like a year or 2 younger than me. He just came up from AAA. I feel like a lot of pitchers struggle starting out, except like freaks like Paul Skeens. But I mean, he'll be fine. He's young. He just gave up some ill-timed home runs, and if he gives up those same home runs, but there's nobody on base, I know that obviously that's just common sense and math, but I mean, on the stat sheet you see 3 home runs, but he gave up like a grand slam and a couple 2 or 3 run shots. And so that's where a bunch of the runs come from. He just gives up a couple solo shots, he'll be fine. But he is most definitely on the ghost IL right now. And because there's no way he has 2 bad outings in a row. And then they're like, oh, we're going to send him to AAA. And then it's like, elbow inflammation. No. It's definitely the ghost IL. But let me check the score again. Yeah, it's still 8-1, bottom of the 8th. Unless something just crazy happens, like Dylan Lee just blows his lead. I think it'll be fine. The Braves got a 99.9% chance to win right now, according to ESPN. So, it's pretty good. I'm happy with it. And I know all y'all are so excited about this. Hockey, NHL. The Oilers are winning 2-0 last I saw, going into the third quarter, I think. So, or third period, sorry. Yeah, so they could be one of the only teams to come back from 3-0 when they were down. So I don't watch hockey, but I'll be rooting for them. Just, in the back of my mind. Well, that's really all I got. So thanks for watching. If you stayed this long. If you didn't, I don't care. It's in for you. It's for me. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.